Bump, 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 Basher. Sorry I'm late. A lot of bad stuff going on this week. I just got to deal with it and push through, find the goodness in life. And the best place I could possibly be is here with all my bashers. You guys, you lift me up and you make me feel better in times of trouble. All the bashers sing to me, speaking words of wisdom. Bash it be, do, do, do. How are you, Bashers? Thanks so much for hanging in with me there. Sorry, Dino. I know it's a pain in the ass for you, and you're an early to rise. The early bird does indeed catch the worm. But for all of the Bashers that hung around for the 6:05 start, and then my camera didn't work. I mean, and you know what? It's just my head is so up my own arse with all the junk. Yesterday was not a good day. It was a soul crushing day. But then I think about Gaza, and I think about Ukraine, and I think about Greenland, and I think about all the people of the world. I think about Davos. I think about all the bigger picture things in the world. I have an incredible partner. I have my health so far. I have you. I have a great family. I have amazing friends. And I have lots of things to be truly and utterly grateful for. And sometimes it's really, really hard for us to take ourselves out of the equation for a second and go, wow, that's really shitty. DL is evil, all that stuff. I understand that. And it is hard. But like I said, Jesse the other day really helped me out and kind of just taking myself out of the equation and just saying, okay, you know what? Don't let these people rule your head. And if anything's going on in your world that's similar, or, like we've seen so many things yesterday. Andrew's heartbreaking poem and collection and his beautiful bride, and what so many of the bashers have been through. We're here for you, man, and you guys have been here for me, and I'm grateful for all that. And we can have a little bit of fun. I am watchless, and I'm grateful for the amazing watches that I have. Who the hell thought I would ever have like a great watch? And I have so many. What should I wear today? Guys, you pick it. You pick the watch. You guys know my collection. You tell me what to wear, and it'll be my absolute pleasure. And let's start out. I am not number one. I am not the basher of the day. It is Melly C. Eminem Madness. Happy hump day, Dirk, and all the bashers. Happy hump day to you, my darling. Big hearts out to you and all of the ladies of the bash. We love you. We respect you, and we are so glad that you're a part of our world. Ravi says, perfect. It's Mammy's second anniversary. Oh, time just right. Well, anything for you, Raphael, and your Mammy. Thank you, buddy. Mr. Zelinsky says, Zelinsky, I always put an N in there. I'm sure a lot of people do that to you, and that's not right. Steve Zelinsky. Happy midweek, Dirk, and all the bashers. Pillow and headphones at the ready for the wind down. Have a great show, everyone. I hope you're here with us. Hope you didn't fall asleep. When I go to sleep at night, and I took an afternoon nap today because honestly, my head was so heavy with thoughts and stuff. I just said, I'm going to fall asleep for an hour. And I put on my iPad and I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about, something celestial. The topic seemed good. I was out like a light and I slept for 2 hours. So I took a 2-hour nap today just because my brain needed to shut off. And sometimes your brain just needs to shut off. And I missed a couple of calls that I really wished I got. Shouldn't have put my phone on silent, but I did. Handsome Joe, handsome Joe. That's why I'm a little scratchy, because I sound like Klaus Meine from Scorpions. Better late than never, says Joe LaFaro. It's great to have you live here. And Julian, we missed your we missed your gallery yesterday, Sir Julian. It is not iBashers exactly without a gallery of Sir Julian's amazing work. It's just not the same. So for anybody out there who wants to send some pictures, it's When You Were Wednesday. This is the day where we look back and we celebrate you. We celebrate your memories, your achievements, your sadness, the things that make you you, and we share it. Because it's nice. It's nice every once in a while. Like, you know what? If you found an old photograph or a memory that was special to you or life-changing, pop it up on the gallery. I know not a lot of people have, especially got people my age, right? They haven't digitized everything. I've digitized quite a bit of things. My big sister, well, they're both my big sisters, but my bigger sister had asked me to digitize some slides. My family was big into the slideshow thing. So we would shoot on these cameras that took slide film, and slides, they're great. Slides are great. And then we would get together every once in a while when company came over, and we'd take the picture off the wall, and we had a slide projector, which I'm sure it's probably still there in the house. And we would just watch the carousels like in Mad Men when when he goes, it's not a wheel, it's a carousel. And we would do that. And I did digitize those. But, digital photography didn't become the norm, I guess, until, the 2000s. Because I remember my trips to Europe. Paul and I first we went to like Lisbon, and my first trip to Italy. We had cameras with film. We did not have digital cameras. And then I had a phone. It was like a Ericsson phone. Sony. Actually, it was Ericsson. It wasn't even Sony Ericsson. I think iPhones came out, and I moved over. And that was the first digital camera that I ever had. And then he got one of those little quick shots or I don't know what they're called, but something like that. Cameras. And then, digital photography became the norm. And then people started shooting movies on digital, and digital. Everyone was recording digitally. And, there's a lot of memories that we probably have that are on paper in a scrapbook. And I suggest this. It's a big project to do, but it's worth doing. And basically, what you really need to do, and it's so easy now. You used to have to use a service. You just have, if you have a scanner, and most of us likely do, is to scan each. But you can do like 4 on a scanner bed, and there is software out there that preview in Mac. It'll separate the pictures, and you can just save them to a stick, and put them in a folder, and then you've got all your memories from your, the first time you went to Disney World or Disneyland, or the Eiffel Tower, or whatever, the beach, because those things need to be preserved. And I'm going to do that with a lot of Rose's photographs, because she's 88 years old, and she's got all these scrapbooks, and none of them are digital. And I'm like, these need to be preserved, because these are beautiful, like Germany and Lebanon. She lived in Gaza. She lived in Gaza in the 60s because she worked for a big shipping company out of Germany, and they moved her to Lebanon, and for a year she lived in Gaza. And she is not really up on the news or knows exactly what happened, but we sat down one day and the news was on, and she said, Dirk, is there something happening in Gaza? It's like, yeah, there is. And then I told her, and then I took the computer out and I showed her, and she cried. She cried because she thought of the memories, the family, the friends. She had a boyfriend there. And she says there was a restaurant we used to go to, and we had like great kebabs and the best hummus she's ever had in her entire life. She goes, do you like hummus? I was like, I love hummus. It's one of my favorite things in the world. I make it all the time. And I've always said, and I know the recipe on how to make hummus, and I make a decent hummus, but when you get a real hummus, like a real Lebanese or Palestinian hummus, it's a totally different thing. They use a lot less olive oil than the West does. I now use a quarter of what I used to use, because we just go glug 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 glug. That's just our way. With additives and recipes, it's very little. It's mostly about the chickpea, and it's mostly about the tahini. The sesame oil is really what gives it its thing. And of course, you can put some turmeric in there, but most people, it's very little garlic. We overdo the garlic. Look, listen, when I was a kid, I wasn't even allowed to have garlic in my house. My father abhorred it. But as I got older, I realized that garlic is, in so many Italian foods, but not in Italy. They use so little garlic. They use garlic just for what it's needed to be. Even if you have aglio olio, it's garlic and oil, but it's not swimming in it. And that's just, it's America. It's America. But anyway, let's get back to who's in the room and talk. and all that great stuff. Love and blessings to you, Dirk and the Bashers, and also to you, beautiful one. Thank you, kind sir. And Carolyn Martin, I missed your call. I was taking a nap. I'm so sorry, honey pie. I'll give you a shout. I'll give you a shout after the show. Evening all. Evening to you, beautiful one. Hearts to the ladies, as always. Panel power. Congratulations on getting number one. Now, I was definitely not. It doesn't count. Is that the Twin Towers? It is. And it's funny because when I made the thumbnail, it did it the other way. I said, I don't live in Jersey. It was the perspective. Please upvote if you can. Dirk, you're number one. I know Melly C. No, Melly C's number one. The law was made for one thing alone, for the exploitation of those who don't understand it, or are prevented by naked misery from obeying it. Yes, learning that every day. A committee is a group of people who individually can do nothing, but who as a group can meet and decide that nothing can be done. Committees astound me. And this is how I always equate it. Like, particularly now in this particular climate that we live in, this very scary, unhinged, unconstitutional world that as Americans that we live in right now, how a group, a committee of people can agree with the decisions that are being made, i.e. Gaza, i.e. Greenland, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And all the Christy Gnomes of the world. And those people hated him. All of them. Every single person serving in his cabinet. There are sound bites. I have Sheen sent me a collection, and it was great, and it's so real. All of them saying what a moron that guy is. And I'm not saying that Republicans are morons. I'm not saying. I have been one. You know, for whatever reason. I've told you that I voted for Giuliani way back in the day. And because I wanted the city to get cleaned up, and he did a great job. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm a registered Republican. No, don't want that. But like, you know, the Third Reich, you know, that Adolf wanted all that stuff done, and those people sat around the table, and there's a great movie of it with it. And those people said, yeah, that's a good idea. I can't imagine how a collection of people can make those kinds of decisions for everyone else. I just don't understand it. And that's why the United States was a great idea, because there were checks and balances. There were ways to stop people, emperors who had no clothes, from doing things on their own. And, you know, that seems like it's all being thrown out now. Anyway, that's too heavy a conversation. But yeah, Twin Towers, respect. Yeah. Hey, man, I watched it from the roof that I'm not allowed on anymore. I've told the story 1,000 times. It was a Tuesday. I was off. I was always off on Tuesdays. That was my day off. And one of my managers from the bar I worked in, she called me up. She's like, can you get in here? And I was like, what happened? I was asleep. And well, actually, first Mimi called me. Said, what's happening with the Twin Towers? I said, I don't know. And then I kind of she says, like a plane hit it. I was like, oh shit, they're tall, you know, maybe probably a Piper or whatever, something small. And I got up and I was making some coffee, and the phone rang, and Jane was like, can you get over here? And I was like, why? She's like, plane hit the World Trade Center and people are coming in. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. The place is just not even open. It opens at 11. And I said, let me call you back. Let me call you back. And then I saw what happened. And then she called again. Then the phones went dead. I mean, all the phones went dead, except my landline, which was plugged into the wall. It was ringing all day. And she called, and I said, Jane, how in the world would I ever get there? I don't have a rowboat, because literally, if I had a rowboat, I could probably be there in 15 minutes to get across the East River. And I remember going up the roof with my neighbors, Rose. She lived across the hall from me when that happened. And we sat there and just watched the whole thing happen. And we saw the second plane hit, like live, like with my own eyes, not on TV, because I live a block and a half from the East River with a straight on view south of the World Trade Center. It was It was like when JFK was shot. For people who were alive during that time, this is what New Yorkers like me and everyone else like. I knew them already, like the Mr. North guys. Yeah, I knew them already because I met them in '99 or 2000. I met them, and I think I saw Colin that night. Um, but yeah, we were all community. We were all Americans. We're together on that. We were like I always say, the alien invasion. If that ever happened, we'd have to realize that we are one people and we have to stand together. And as terrible as that was, I've never seen uh, humanity in such an incredibly important way, profound way of everybody looking at everyone was checking in on everybody. And then I had a million guests because everybody, people had gotten rid of their landlines already. I guess so. I didn't get rid of it until I still have one, but it's not the same. It's still voice over IP. But I had a phone. I had that phone probably until at least 2011 when they finally said we can't. We're going to close those lines down. I kept the number, but it wouldn't be over the same technology, which was low voltage, which means even if there was a blackout, the phone worked because it was low voltage. But I had so many people come over that day. We all went out on the deck and we drank beer and wine and whiskeys and things, and uh, we all checked in on one another, and it was a great, for all the tragedy, it was an amazing amount of community, lots of neighbors. I went out to go get ice and things like that. And I was like, hey, come on up. We're all getting together. And I had like 25 people up here. And yeah, it was an amazing thing. Really amazing thing. Ray Ray. Dirk, check your trash and junk boxes, please. Okay. I'll check, baby. Did you send me something? No, I got something from you today. It's a video. Is it a picture? Oh yeah, I got it. Right. I got it. But is there something in spam too? No, there is nothing. Nothing, nothing. Tommy King was in there. That's all. Report not spam. But I showed that yesterday. I don't know who Tommy King is. I don't. I mean, it could be a different screen name, and that's crazy. Uh, oh, didn't think there was an iBashers tonight. Just got into bed and glad I checked. Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. There was very likely that I wasn't going to do one, but I had to check with my attorney to see if there was going to be a phone conference between 5 and I didn't know, and we're going to have a conversation later. So I didn't know whether or not I could do the show, and I'm glad that you did check. Mr. Brooker, upvoted, please upvote. Thank you so much. No photos sent tonight. Been stuck at work. Out last night. Nothing of interest to show except Tilly snoring. We love Tilly snoring. Who doesn't love pictures of Tilly snoring? Twin Towers had dinner. I never dined at Windows of the World. You know what Asheen and I talked about right after the World Trade Center happened? They had one of the greatest wine collections in the world, and I have the book. I don't have. Do I have it handy? Stevens Raleigh. It's one of the Bibles of Fergal. If you're watching, the Stevens Raleigh book is one of the most important wine books in the world, and he was the master sommelier of Windows of the World. And I have that book, and we were talking about, yeah, of course, the humanity of it all and everything that happened. But the wine collection was one of the most precious wine collections in the world. And of course, none of that matters. But they had 47, and they had 28s, and they had crazy stuff. They had 47 Cheval Blanc, like cases of it. Probably considered the holy grail of wine. There's DRC and Petrus and all that crazy stuff. There's all that wine, but I think one of the most precious wines in the world is that. And I mean, it doesn't really matter, but you think about, not only the first thing you think about is the people that lost their lives, but then you don't think about the other things. What about did anybody have in the buildings around pets? Think about the birds. Think about the ecology. I mean, this city was poisoned for years. We could smell the World Trade Center for years, and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, restaurant at the top of one of the World Trade Centers 1 year before they were hit. Felt unreal and was numb watching it all in front of the world's eyes. I had I had never been I only ever been to the top of the World Trade Center once, and it was because I was on my way home from Europe and I met this German couple, and they were so cute. And I have pictures of me with them, and we were so young. And it was in 2000, and I took them on a tour. We went to the Statue of Liberty and we went to the World Trade Center together. I kind of tour guided them around. And so that was the only time I had ever been up there. And I have pictures of that day. And yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have gone to Windows on the World. It was a classic and so many beautiful people. And I've told you the story about our beloved Julie, who we lost last year. It was her first day of work. She was starting a very important new job. I've never discussed what she did, but it was wow. It was a crazy job. It was her first day, and it wasn't her first day at work. It was her first day of what's the word when you not indoctrination, the when you get together and you're told what's expected of you. I can't think of the word right now because I'm old. But anyway, and she got out of the subway, and when she got out of the subway, it had just happened, and like things were falling out of the sky, and she just ran. She took off her shoes and she ran like everybody else did, which is just mental. Nick says Timex weekend Snoopy. Done. Done. Well done. Perfect. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day in this basher. Won't you be mine? Could you be mine? Wouldn't you love to have a basher just like you? Wouldn't you like to live in the neighborhood? Yes, you do. Well done, Melee. La Flick Chick, brain shut off is mandatory for me too. Hell, LA Flick Chick. Peace to you. Yeah, you know, when the world is going round, sometimes you just got to shut the brain off, man, because I had too much stuff going on in my head and it was hurting me. And you know what the thing I've noticed about sleep now, because I don't sleep well. I don't think I ever really did. I've always like been a 4 or 5 hour a night kind of person. But as I got older, I feel like the second I close my eyes is the second my eyes open. I don't feel like I'm getting that much out of sleep. Like I'm like, oh my God, already? Like I dread it in ways, you know. It's like I dread the fact that I know that the second I fall asleep, I'm going to be awake. It's so weird. Thanks, Nick says, Melly C, LA Flick Chick. I love I love you in the show tonight. LA Flick Chick. I love the Kodak carousel as a kid. I still have thousands of slides my father took from the 50s and on. LA Flick Chick, if you need help in that, I can guide you through how I did it. And I'll tell you what I did do. I didn't with the slides. I have a machine. Do I have it handy? Let me see. I had it here for the longest time. I don't. But I bought this little Kodak machine, and it's you do it one at a time. So it took me forever. So basically, it's like a box. It's like a coat. It's made by Kodak, and it's nothing. But what it is you put a USB stick in there, and then you put the slide in, and you press the button, and it captures it. And then you just do that with each one. And I'll find it for you. Let me find that for you. Kodak. That's it. That's exactly what I got. Okay. So let me show you LA Flick Chick. I love that you're the LA Flick Chick. This is what I got. Mine didn't look quite like that. This one's mine. This is the one I got. There's better ones now. It was $159. The Scanza. That's it. So you get to see what the slide looks like. You put the USB stick down here and you press the capture button, which is right over there. And I did that for I don't know, a couple of thousand slides. For sure. Carousels upon carousels, LA Flick Chick. Carousels upon carousels. But the other ones look cool too. Let me look at those other ones to see. How the hell did I do that? Go back to full screen. How did I do that? I was on the wrong page when I went to go hit the back button. Let's see what this thing is. Ooh, those are expensive. This is the slide and scan. Oh, that's for film. Okay, so the one I sent you is the right one. The other one is for film. Okay, cool. Very, very, very cool. Uh, great. Try those out. It worked really, really well for me. And I lost my place. Hold on. There we go. Hey, it's Rufus. Hey, I'm hoping for a calendar if Dirk is there. Rufus, you definitely 100 billion% were sent one. You're definitely, we're definitely on the list. I will check with Basher Y and find out why that would be. You definitely were on the list. You definitely one was mailed to you. Of course, because Jackson and Odin are both in the calendar. Of course they are. 100 billion% that they are. For sure. Tahini, yeah. Yeah, tahini. It's amazing. I have you know what? I'm gonna make some hummus tonight because I want some. Thank you for reminding me. Love oil was very precious and was used very sparingly. Right. Yeah, olive oil. Yeah, I know what you meant. Love oil. Joe, love oil. That's great. Love oil was used very sparingly. Snoopy all the way. Let's keep things light and fun. Let's do that. Let's keep it light and fun. Evening bashes, drooby doo. I see on the treadmill. No more typing or I risk face planting. I have face planted on treadmills. Like I don't go to the gym because I'm a fucking lazy little bitch. But I did practice yoga for a long time. I really need that back in my life. I've told you that already. But whenever I go to a hotel, I told you, whenever if I'm singing, if I have a gig, which is rare these days, I always make sure that they have a great gym and a great steam room because I like to run because I was a runner for 10, 12 years, like a 10-mile a day runner, maybe longer than that. All the things that we were able to do in our youth. I don't think my knees can handle it anymore. But I always make sure there's a steam room, and I love the treadmill. I don't like any of those other ones, but I love a treadmill because I like running. I love that runner's high you get after that. Like, after about a half an hour, 40 minutes, there's a certain euphoria that you get from running. And now I'd be afraid. Are they dancing Israeli cats? LA Flick Chick. I can't even imagine what it would have been like to see the tower hit from a roof in New York City. Yeah. Yeah. It happened, and it was, I mean, it seems like a long time ago, but it doesn't. It seems like yesterday. I mean, I live in a place called Long Island City, and I'm in like one of those 3-story New York classic walk-up buildings, and I'm on the top floor. Now, my roof terrace was off to the side, so we didn't have the view for that. So I climbed up the ladder and met other neighbors who were up there, and we just kind of camped out there. It was, I mean, and then the sky just turned black, and then of course stealth bombers. First time I ever saw a stealth bomber. It was crazy. OLA Flick Chick. It's a very long story. We have new ownership here, and they've been less than good to everyone, especially to me and Paul. Not good. Yeah, not bad. If I showed you pictures of what happened yesterday, it would be just like, this is all within the last 2.5, 3 years. I had the greatest landlord in the whole wide world. His name was Arthur, and he died at 92. He was the greatest. I mean, it was like we owned the building, I'm in this apartment 35 years, and it no longer feels like home. I feel like I'm in a prisoner. Um, I feel like I've been stripped of all rights, and if it's a long story, but it's been ugly. It's been a lot of legal stuff for no reason, at all. Never had to happen. Dave Fahrenheit 451 upvoted. Please upvote if you can. Thank you, because we love Dave, the king. Him and Panel Power, crazy. Don't forget there were certain ethnic communities that were celebrating in the streets that day. Oh, I know. Oh, sure there were. Of course there was. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I mean, I know that that happened. Death to America. Well, to be fair, we stick our noses in places where we shouldn't be, and I don't know why that is. I mean, oil, Venezuela, Iran, Iraq, you know, we get involved in some stupid stuff. We're supposed to be the conscience of the world, right? Or that's how it was kind of designed, that we wouldn't have any kind of colonial ideas and things like that, because we were escaping. The whole idea was to escape from freedom of religion and colonialism and all those things. You know, and then we did start to do stupid things like Alaska and Hawaii. Hawaii being the chief crime of that, because Alaska, that was more of a friendly kind of thing. Hawaii was a bamboozlement. Life altering for sure. It was LA Flick Chick. It was. I want to know everything about you, LA Flick Chick. Hey, here's my this is how you get a hold of me. Basherdirk@gmail.com. And we do I don't know if you have, tell me everything about you. Because this is the Bashers, and we all know each other pretty well. Do you have pets? And if you do, send a picture or anything you want, because this is when we were Wednesdays, and this is when we get together and we talk about all that stuff. We share everything. It's pretty great. Yeah. With life ultra short. Rufus says, yeah, my fiance was living in New York at the time of 9/11. I was working on moving there at the time. I moved there right after. Such a strange atmosphere. Yeah, we were a city in peril, but the community was incredible. We all got together. I mean, there was no such thing as Democrats and Republicans, or far right or far left, or we all got together on that. Windows on the World was a great place to impress a first date. I bet it was. Yeah, I got you. I can read right through it, Joey. No, Jojo, I can read right through it. Don't worry about typos. I can read them. I'm used to it because we've got Ray here. He does that on purpose, by the way. It's funny stuff. The wine book at the Windows of the World restaurant was as thick as the Yellow Pages. I chose a bottle of Merlot. So that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, the collection there was just, I mean, they had everything you've ever heard of. I ended up calling Comcast on 9/11, asking them why the stupid Wesley Snipes movie about the jet flying at the Twin Towers was on every station. When they told me what was happening, oh my God. Is there a Wesley Snipes movie where that happened? Was that Passenger 57, right? That was right? That was the Wesley Snipes movie. Oof. I don't think I've ever seen it. I just remember who's that absolutely gorgeous British woman? She's one of the most beautiful women of all time. Elizabeth Hurley. That was her. She was in that movie with her before she had a nose job. Because I remember it being on TV once ago. Is that Liz Hurley? She looks so different. Sorry, voice text. Such a strange time right after. Yeah. Yeah. Incredible. Mr. Brooker. My ex was on the phone to colleagues at the New York City office on the 30th floor when the phone went dead. There's so many horrible stories about. There's that heartbreaking one where the guy calls his wife, and she was like doing laundry or whatever. She was unaware, and it's heartbreaking. People who call from planes, because phones do work on planes at certain altitudes. Orientation, LA Flick Chick. God, you're a keeper, LA Flick Chick. Yes, orientation. That's what she was there for. Yeah, I'm not going to read that toaster because it's propaganda. Marxist. Don't look up Marxism. Joe LaFar, orientation. Thank you, Jojo. Right back at you. Please share. Yeah. I need a project. You need a project. So, hey. Okay, so that's the thing. It's called the Scanza, and listen, I sat in the living room on the floor with all my cases and carousels, and I just slowly went through it. And, it took, I don't know, a couple of months. It took a while, but it had its merits, and yeah, and all that. The one thing that I didn't do, which I did, and I did do for several, like when I found some key photographs that I thought were really, really great, I would throw them into Photoshop and clean them up or get rid of speckles, or there wasn't much, because slide film really, when it's in the carousels, they're really well preserved. Slide film is pretty magical. It's pretty magical stuff. I want to hear more about Joe LaFaro's Love Oil. Love Oil. I got to come up with a love song. Hold on. Let's see. Love Oil. Love. Joe LaFaro, Love Oil. Let's see. What's a good key for that? Love Oil. Joe LaFaro. Love Oil. You sparingly, Joe LaFaro, Love Oil. Love Oil. I'll come up with a better tune than that. That was crap. With Rufus. Oh, well, thank you. I'll definitely check it out. I need to organize. I still have the carousel. Yeah, my sister came over with a giant box with all the carousels in it. And so I just went and got that little device, and it was one at a time. But it had a certain kind of stress reducing thing, when you get into something that's kind of, after the first week, I had it down to a science. I was like, click, pop, pop, and it goes right in. When you hit the record button, it goes right onto the USB stick. And then I hand the USB stick to my sister and say, guess what? Or mail them, or whatever. To be honest, I think I've seen the video. Yeah, we all did. You're so welcome, LA Flick Chick. Write me and tell me, or send a picture to Basherdirk@gmail.com, because we do the Gallery of Bastards at around, in about 10 minutes or so, and we share. I don't have a lot of pictures here, kids, tonight, because it's my fault, because I didn't post the show until quite late. And I know usually my show, LA Flick Chick, is at 5:05 Eastern Standard Time. But unfortunately, I have to be in court with my new landlord tomorrow. So I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. And I actually didn't think I was going to be able to do a show at all, but I'm so grateful that we're here together. So yeah, it's my fault why we don't have a great gallery. Come on, guys. Send me pictures of the Gallery of Bastards at Basherdirk@gmail.com. That's Basherdirk@gmail.com. I'll leave that up there so you guys can send some pics, Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Where was I? Every time I go back here, it doesn't put me back in the right place. Yeah. Rufus is my oldest, bestest friend. That's where you come from. Okay. Send me your address, LA Flick Chick. I will send you a calendar. Everybody got one. And you know who's in it? Jackson and Odin. They're both in it. Jackson was my step kitty. We had that week. He waited so long to tell us. He waited so long. And we even got a medium involved. I have some people that are friends with some animal, connectors, people that step outside of the common dimension and put them in touch with him. And, truly and utterly, we believe that Jackson's still with us. That's what she said, at least. And, we can hope. Awesome. I'm totally, I don't know. Listen, Rufus, I'm going to double check with Basher Y. Of course, I will do that. But I know for a fact that you were on the list. And if not, we'll resend. And I'm so sorry. Because, Rufus and Odin are both in it, Film. So it's not just me that says it like that. Oh, yeah, everybody says. Well, you say Philium there. Irish say film. Have you seen that film? Oh, it was gorgeous. Did you say it was in it? Right. Oh, that be Tuesday Weld. Oh, have you seen her film? Amazing. Wow, Joe LaFaro. That was a slip of the tongue. It's great, though. Love Oil. It's Joe Love Oil LaFaro. Film is also true in the old Norfolk speak. Oh, okay, true. My old grandmother used to say it instead of film. My grandmother, oh my God. Right, I'm going to sit in front of the TV. I'll put on a film. And by putting on a film, she meant turning the channel, because this was the 70s. My grandmother, my mom's mom, died in 1978. So we'd go, and she lived 2 houses away from us. So whenever we were in her charge, we would sit in the front room where the TV was and watch The Wide World of Disney, or Wild Kingdom, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, and we would sit down and she would give us sunshine cookies. I'll never forget. Something funny about this. In my memory, all of her cookies and crackers had a slight staleness to them, which has made me, when I get a box of biscuits of any kind, I open the wrapper and I leave it open because I like them a little bit stale. I like my Ritz crackers a little bit stale, but she didn't buy Ritz. She bought the Sunshine brand. I forget what they were called, but they weren't Ritz crackers. They were some other. And she used to buy a store brand from. We had a company called A&P, and she used to buy Jane Parker, like the store brand versions of very famous bit cookies and biscuits and all those crackers. And I just remember everything being a little stale. And she also had these hard, reusable plastic straws. We would just sit there and do that. You got a light tonight, bah. You got a light, bah. Yeah, it was crazy stuff, LA Flick Chick. No, you're awesome. Thank you for making fun. Are you kidding me? You came on like a house on fire, lady, and we love it because we're this community started out with like watches and just evolved. This, like I always say, it's your show. I just host it because so much of the conversation comes from beautiful folks like you, and we've all gotten to know each other as a community, and that's been the beauty of the show, and it's been a lifesaver for me, for sure. LA Flick Chick, my dear friend, I told her she must watch the Eye Bashers. LA Flick Chick. I got to come up with a tune for her. LA Flick Chick. That's what it's got to be. LA Flick Chick. I'll come up with the rest of it. Rufus and I are best friends. We're both from Southwest Florida. My nickname is Lala. So it's not LA. Oh, it's La Thick Chick. La Thick Chick. Okay. Like Los Angeles Thick Chick. It's the La Flick Chick because I'm a movie freak. Gotcha. La Flick Chick. La Flick. Oh, I gotta have to change the song. That sounds disco-y, right? Ooh, La Flick. So chick. That's a. Gonna have to have a funky thing, like a chic kind of thing, right? That would be great. Just disappearing to send Dirk a pic. Back in a moment. Just a moment. La Flick Chick. Look at that. Hey. See, everybody's reaching. It was just too much for my mind to take in. It's like it went into automatic shut off, like you said. Yeah. When I think that's maybe the mind's way of coping sometimes is to, just shut it down. And listen, people go insane. People have nervous breakdowns. Um, you know, I'm grateful that that has not happened to me because the stuff we've been put through has been really mean and undeserving. It was Paul and I are really nice people. I mean, we really are. I mean, like I'll be honest with you, like, I think of him. I sit and talk to God, but he just laughs at my plans. Like today on my way to the store, I popped into St. Mary's, a little candle, and I'm just like thinking to myself, it's like I don't know how I got here. I don't know why, and I'm hoping that you have some better plans because this one's not working. You know, I just like, I don't know if I do something, and I was thinking about my life, about the stupid stuff you do, things that aren't so great. But I know in my heart I've never been a bad person or a mean person, and I've certainly never wished anybody ill. I've never hurt a creature um, of any kind. I don't have that in me, and I don't intentionally try to hurt people. Um, I mean, people can sometimes when you're, a couple of drinks in, you could be like, say something stupid, but I don't allow that to happen. But and don't let me get philosophical on the whole thing. It's not fun. I'm good, Ray. Ray, you great, alive. Welcome, sister. Welcome indeed. La Thick Chick. Why, thank you, Ray. Ray, you're so sweet. Wait till you get to know Ray. Ray, he's a legend. You're my new favorite person, Jack. I'm so glad I joined the show. Hey, nice to have you. I'm Dirk. I know, but you're my new favorite person. Welcome. I know it's funny. People always go, people ever call you Dirk Diggler? I'm like, no, never. Like when I'm drinking, I'm prepping. I'm prepping for the. So I'll tell you quick. You want to know a quick thing? La Flick Chick. So here's how it all went down. Bartender in New York for 30 years, heavy metal singer. I've been in the same band forever and ever and ever. We don't really do much anymore. Occasionally we get back together and we go to Europe and play, and it's fun. And I love that. And I hope it happens again soon. I really do. Friends with the guys from a band called Mr. North, and Oisin O'Malley started a watch channel. We got into watches, but he got into it heavy. He leaned in hard. We went from wine to watches, and then he just became a huge part of the watch community. And then he met all these great people, and occasionally I'd get on the show. And he and I used to do a podcast around 2002, and we did it for like a year or two. And this was before podcasts were actually a thing, and it was called iBashers. Then we'd have like crazy people, like music people and directors, and we had a prostitute on, and we had interesting, crazy people. It was a radio show, and it was before podcasts were a thing. And we did that for a while, and it was in Oisin's kitchen, and I used to bring my dog, and I'm from New York, I say dog. And then we stopped doing that, and life went on, and everybody started doing other things. And then when he started this thing, him and one of the bashers kind of ganged up on me, and they said, because we restarted iBashers on YouTube because he had a successful channel. He's like, hey, you'd be good at this or whatever. So we started it, but it was infrequently, like once a month. It was every once in a while. And then he and Carolyn Martin kind of ganged up on me, and they were like, because I had gotten fired from my new job. I worked at a restaurant for 25 years, and COVID stopped that, and it closed. And I wound up working at this new place, and management were not very nice. And I'm an old school bartender. I was like cleaning the fans and the ceiling, and I was told that I talked to the customers too much. They were looking for more like a transactional person, and yeah, and I was told by this new manager that came in, he's like, I know people like your personality and everything, but you really talk to the customers too much. And also, somebody made a comment that I was of a certain age, and that was not cool. That was super not cool. And I said that because this guy, me, anyway. So after that happens, and I've never been fired in my life. I was, what? And they kind of made me start the show. Well, not started, take it over, take the reins, because iBashers on Friday nights is still in Oisin and I. We do it together. We are the iBashers, but I took over iBashers as a daily show, and it's been my job now for 2+ years, and it's just been life-changing. Meeting the people that are in this room, interacting with them, getting to know their loved ones, their pets, their vacations, their trials and tribulations. It's a place where people can feel, and I don't want to sound stupid, but you can feel safe telling your story here, and you'll meet some people that will either have, tons of compassion, that's for sure, but also understanding, and a couple of people really reach out to help. And I always say, leave the door open, remember to say please and thank you, and give people the benefit of the doubt, because you never know, somebody might just gone through a chat. That's how I end the show every day. You'll see at the end of the show. Not everybody does that. We kind of are stuck in our little phone worlds. We're stuck in our little microcosms of, I want to order something from this, and I want this, and I'm on Amazon, and I'm on Instagram, and we're losing the connection. This amazing person. Really quickly, I met this guy the other day who I've known for 30 years, but we've never really interacted, and we interacted, and he was like an angel who came down to help me with. We talked about everything, and he lives around the block. He's a photographer, and I sat for him. He did a portrait, and then I did his portrait. It was just beautiful. And just like, it's amazing to me how we can reach out, and once we let the guard down, you can meet some people that will totally change your life. And I felt changed by that, and this show feels that way too. So Just be nice to people. It's really easy to do, and I'm sure that you do that every day, Ray Ray. Oh God. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. No problem at all. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Uh yeah. Yeah, see, no, look, this is okay. I know way more about Mom Donnie and his insane as I can than you do, Dirk. And he's not a socialist, he's a trained communist. Really. Okay. Yeah. I'm in. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why you come here anymore. This is not the place for that. I don't know why you come here. Why? And why is it so important to you to do that? It's such a waste of energy. You're a beautiful person. You collect watches. I know what you do, but the propaganda is so rough, man, and it's hurting so many people, and it's like, listen, I'm zen about the whole thing because I have total respect, man. But I just think like you're on the wrong side of history, And you know what? If you read Lenin, it's pretty cool. It just doesn't really work because people like Stalin and other nasty C words get a hold of it. It doesn't really work. Like people who prefer socialism, socialist democrat, like everyone in Europe is definitely, they have way more experience than our republic do. And that really works very well for the people in Europe. And it could work for us here too. That's what we're saying. It's not communism. And don't say you know more about anything ever to anybody ever again, because that just makes you sound like you don't. Remember that. Don't assume, because you people have to show you what they know, because your president knows nothing. Nothing. I guarantee you, if you had a cocktail conversation with that guy and you asked him what the capital of Libya was or any other nation that's not France, he wouldn't know. I can guarantee you that. It's just not worth the time. Let's just figure out a better way to make this happen. Because all the shit that's going on right now is not cool, bro. It's just not. Let's talk about watches and cats and things that make people happy. We don't need to talk about. There's enough ugliness in the world, and he's caused most of it. So, how come I can't see LA? I don't know. Unless they blocked you. I don't know. I popped them up. Oh, I'm popping up. I'm just not putting up. I mean, listen, there it is, put it up. It's just I will definitely send you some pics. Thank you. Please do that. We would love them. Absolutely love them. I can't see them either, Nick. Listen. Topster was banned from Machine's channel because of his politics or whatever. I chose to unban him because I respect him as a person, and we've had some great conversations, and I really like him, and he's really, really super smart. It's just that, listen, sometimes people just fall on the other side of the egg carton, and it just happens, But I don't know more than, I never say I know more than anyone because I probably don't, but I know enough to know where my heart lies, we're banned, Melly, probably anti-British racism. Jackson was one of, oh, I know. We love Jackson. We love Jackson. We love him. We love him. We love him. Marlon Perkins, La Flick Chick. Yeah, that's right. Wasn't that the greatest thing ever? So Bar, Jaws, your favorite film? It's your favorite film. I know that. My favorite film is Sunset Boulevard. My second, and The Wizard of Oz. And my favorite modern film is AI. Yes, with Haley Joel Osment. I love that movie. It's incredible. It was originally a Stanley Kubrick project, and he asked Steven to finish it. And he did. And he really did. Absolutely. I loved Wild Kingdom and The Muppet Show. Yeah, it's the greatest stuff ever. I think we have a new basher. Yay! Yay! The Thick Chick. Well, that's out. La Flick Chick. La Flick. C'est chic. I love it. I'd love to hear all those old shows. Yeah, they're fun. I got sick. I'm coming on 600 episodes, guys. 600 episodes of the Eye Bashers. How crazy is that? Crazy stuff. Dirk, oh, thank you for lighting a candle today. I did, man. The weather was bad. My mate collected me to go to church, but it was locked. I hate that when you go to church and it's locked. Me, mammy. You know what? Retroactively, because I didn't know that today was your mammy's anniversary. I will retroactively put that candle. But there was only one other fella in the church when I went in there, and I went to a different saint to do that today because I just feel like I don't know what's happening down at the one I usually light. I was like, no, it's not really helping much. But whatever. Fired for being customer friendly, you demon. I know. Yeah, they felt like I talked too much. I wasn't. Now, I worked in the second busiest bar in New York City. Truly the second busiest bar. We'd have 2,000, 3,000 people on a Thursday and Friday night with two giant outdoor patios. All I did was that. And I started out doing the nights and a couple of lunches, and I worked brunch for a decade and a half at least. And I loved brunch because I'm this guy, you know. So, Susie, what's going on? What happened with Mark? You know, and we talk and I'd get to know everybody like this. And but I also was fast. This place was not busy enough. Here's what it was. I had about a 6.5 foot, 7 foot bar, right? And 6 or 7 people would sit there. And then there was a service bar. Now, where I worked before was I worked the bar and we had somebody else do service. This was a restaurant with a very small bar. So I would be taking care of my customers, but then these tickets would be popping up and popping up and popping up for all the drinks for all the tables. So I had to make drinks for everybody. But during lunch at El Rio Grande, I had to do that too. But this place only gave a shit about the tables. They did not care about, Susie and Mark and whoever showed up at the bar to have a conversation with me as a bartender. They didn't. They only cared about service. And then the waiters would pile up. And so maybe it's true. Maybe I was talking too much to my customers and not getting service out fast enough. But, after a while, and it was hard, no bar back, nothing. You were your own bar back. And I had to walk down 3 flights in an ancient spiral staircase, ice buckets, and all this crazy stuff to get. It was hard. It was a terrible, terrible job. And I hated it. And also, I would go to cash my checks and they would bounce. It was a family-owned business. It was whatever. Yeah, it was crazy. Welcome, Flick Chick. Welcome, Flick Chick. That's from Mama. That's Mama Basher. That's Carolyn. She is the Mama Basher. Welcome, Flick Chick, says Nick Brooker. I'm new too. You're not new, Nick. Not new. You're a legend. Nick came in like a house on fire. There's a couple of people missing from the show. Like I got to reach out to Jocelyn for sure because I miss her tremendously. Of course, the Harry Sicilian. Where the hell did you go? And I was worried about Blinky. Thank God he showed up last night because Blinky came in like a house on fire. Came in with his crazy citizen watches. You're so welcome. Welcome to the show. Cool. Let's all be together. Yes. Melly C says, welcome to the iBasher family. Love Flick Chick. Rufus with $1.99. No, you're awesome, Rufus. Let's give you a big bang, schmack, bang, 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 bang. Let's go, kazoo. Capital of Libya is Tripoli. I just looked it up. Capital of Illinois is Springfield. I already knew that one. Great. It is Tripoli. That's pretty damn good. Oh boy, that's pretty great. Thank you, Rufus. Wow, so much, such more than welcome. You're so welcome to the show. This is a show of really nice people. You won't find nicer people. You really won't. Hopefully, you'll find us Brits are okay. Yeah. Yes, Dirk, you're really awesome. Oh, thank you, LaFlick Chick. Thanks for making me feel so welcome. I can't tell you how glad I am that I streamed in tonight. And thank you, Rufus. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Rufus, for bringing her on board. Because ladies of the bash, we have a new lady of the bash, and that's just wonderful. Do you like watches or do you like cats? Is that something that you might be interested in? Raver says, Topster, wrong show, brother. It's okay. You were just never taught to fuck off. Don't take it personally. He generally doesn't, but he just he's a button pusher. And I know it's just, listen, man, some people are just centered on the politics. We have a couple other people that say some incendiary things, and I generally will skip over them, but I have respect for the people here. And until I don't, and it's just like, I mean, we currently live in an authoritarian country, so does that sound like communism to you? I think it does. For what it's worth, I can't see them either. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, John, Dirk sent you a pic. Yay, John Anderson. I see it. There it is. We're going to get up to that in 2 seconds flat. Good movie choices, Dirk. I mean, I like a lot of old movies. We watched I Want to Live the other night with Susan Hayward. I'm an old movie queen. What can I tell you? I love all the old stuff. But Sunset's my favorite. I could watch that. Rosemary's Baby. My top 5. Sunset Boulevard, The Wizard of Oz. I think The Wizard of Oz is the greatest movie ever made, but Sunset Boulevard, AI for modern pictures, All About Eve, Rosemary's Baby, top 5. Just off the top of my head. I like lots of other movies too, My favorite episode of The Muppet Show was when I was little, when the musical guest was Alice Cooper. Me too. And he sang Welcome to My Nightmare. I don't know why that's great, because it was incredible to see Alice Cooper do that on The Muppet Show. It was amazing, That's crazy. Can you guys not, if I pop these up, they don't come up on the screen, or is everybody's coming up? That's weird. Don't know what that's about. I say, welcome to the show. La Chick. Glad you tuned in, so much so. Bloody Starmer. The UK internet, our viewing is being censored. Could be. I doubt it. You guys don't have it anywhere near as bad as we do right now. Anyway, it's time for the Gallery of Bastards. The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots, the sublime beings of the Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. And we start out tonight with Ray Ray's picture, and he says, this guy swam from Greenland. That's Raphael in the flesh. Look at that. How funny is that? What do you got going on here, Ray Ray? Crazy stuff. Look at the man. There he is himself. Looking gorgeous, my friend. Hi, Ray Ray. We love you. Basherdirk@gmail.com. That's Basherdirk@gmail.com if you want to send some pictures. But welcome to the show. You want to send a picture, Drooby do? You want to send a picture of the gang or the patron saint so everybody knows? Oh, is that right? You can see them when I don't know why that would be. I don't, me. I don't block people unless they become super douches. I don't. Tobster knows I love him. He knows that. I could totally go out and have a beer with that guy. And then we'd go, you knucklehead, and he'd be like, you knucklehead. I don't care. He knows that. He knows it. Ellie Flick, please tell me that you've seen the animated. I have not. I can't say enough about it. Oh shit, I forgot about WALL-E. WALL-E is one of the greatest films ever made. Forget about animated. Animated. Sound like Christopher Walken. Animated. Animated films. There's so many great animated films. Fantasia, but WALL-E. Cried like a baby, and the first hour is a silent film. It's amazing. You sent Kay. Oh, did you? Oh, you did. I'm so excited. Eminem madness, Malkin Mindy madness. Eminem madness, Malkin Mindy madness. Yeah. It's Mork for president. Oh, you know what I can do? I don't know. I can do this, right? I should do this the whole time. I forgot that I can do this, right? Let's do what would sound good? What's good? What's good? Or should I do dance pop? No, no. Feeding the ducks? Lofi? I don't know what this is. Mork and Mindy, madness on the scene. A Mork for president, the best you've ever seen. It's a new feature in StreamYard. Is it cool or do you hate it? I will watch well. It's more. Do we like the music behind the pictures or no? Or is it crap? If it takes away from it, I can do different stuff. Or I'm gonna make music for everybody's. This won't be the right one for Mork and Mindy Madness because they have their own song. Seabiscuit. And then there's Mindy. Mork and Mindy Madness. Mork and Mindy Madness. I'm going to turn that off because it's annoying me right now. Because it's the wrong music for Mork and Mindy Madness. The beautiful Mindy. The beautiful Mindy. When we first started doing, well, actually, before the gallery, all the things on the show evolved. Before we even started with the gallery, we did like cat of the week or whatever, and she won. And it was just like, I don't know if you remember that picture. I have it obviously somewhere way back when, 2.5 years ago. But that picture was just like, oh my God, maximum cuteness. Mork for president, Mork for president. And they called her Mindy. It's Eminem Madness, Mork and Mindy Madness. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yay, Mork and Mindy Madness. Yeah, I'll record Mork and Mindy Madness. I have to do that, right? It's about time I did that, right? What's wrong with me? Why haven't I done that? Why have I not done that already? I never thought about doing music because it was never an option to play music behind the things. Now that we can, it's a whole new world. Oh, and here's Kay. Oh, you guys are not ready for this. You are not ready. So, the flick chick. I'm going to tell you what's happening here. So we have a basher, and his name is Drooby Doo, who's a superstar, one of the most beautiful humans. And this cat is Kay. She's the patron saint of the eye bashers because she was found maimed, left for dead in the freezing cold in the Midwest. I won't say exactly where. And she needed to have one of her legs amputated. And someone called and alerted Drew and Heather, his beautiful wife, and Andrew, this incredible family, the Drooby Doo family. And they already have a gigantic collection of pets. They have a beautiful dog, and they have, I think, 6, right, altogether, off the top of my head. And they brought Kay home, and they took her to the hospital. She had all the surgery, and she is the most amazing cat. She made such an impact on us and his humanity, and it just shows you what people are capable of. I'm sorry. It was incredible, and we love her. She's like, she was left for dead, and they saved her. And she's a great part of the family now. And then right after that, he got Junie, and she just popped out of a cornfield. He had a video of him and his wife going for like a power walk in the middle of like cornfields, and this little kitten came out of nowhere. And it was amazing. And he's like, I can't keep her. And he did. That is the patron saint of the eye bashers. We love her. We love you, Kay. We love you, Drew, Heather, and Andrew. Thank you for all that you've done for all of us. It's made an incredible impact on our lives. That's Kay. She's incredible. She's absolutely incredible. Nick Brooker says, my RAF recruit, take 1986. I'm second row, fourth from the left. Oh my God, look at this. Hold on, wait. Fourth, okay, second row, fourth from the left. This is going to be Nick Brooker's Diver Supreme. Oh my God, can we blow this up? Second row, fourth from the left. Look at all these handsome fellas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that you? Holy crap. Oh man. Holy crap. Oh, Mr. Brooker, amazing stuff. Amazing. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this class of 86. Look at that. Look at this. Are these like your bosses? They look a little bit older. Right? Look at these. Look at these fine gents. Thanks, Nick. That was incredible. You look great, man. You look marvelous. You look marvelous. Working at home with Charlie. Thanks, John. Oh, how cute is this? Oh my God. This is so cute. This is what people do. They send pictures like this. Look at this. How cute is that? Hello. Live on the show. Charlie's probably bored with iBash. She's like, where's M&M Madness? And you don't care, you beautiful, beautiful boy. Thank you so much, Charlie. Thank you. Thanks, John. Thank you so much for that. So amazing. Great stuff. Great stuff. Steve Zaliski's having beer on the slopes. Hey, look at this. It's very rarely do people send pictures of themselves. But how wonderful is this? Is this live? Did you just take this now? Where are you sloping? Look at that. Hey, you guys look great. She's having an Aperol spritz. Look at that. Paper straw, too. I can see it. You're having a big, giant, what is that? A Ratzinger? Wow. Look at that. You guys look great. Look what a handsome couple you are. Thank you, Steve. That's amazing. Thank you, Steve. Oh, this is the poster from Rufus. This is Flo. I have not seen this yet. I should watch this immediately. I really want to watch this. I know. I have Disney. I have the Disney Channel. Look at Flo. You're beautiful, Flo. Is that her name, Flo? Because it's spelled with a W. That's kind of unusual, but hey, it is what it is. Flo, I will. I promise you. I promise 100%. I will watch that. I will. I promise 100%. Oh my God. Are you ready for this? Drew just sent what Kay looked like a year ago. Just so you know the shape she was in. Look at her. That's her a year ago. That's her surgery. She had to have her leg amputated, which was horrible because somebody left her for dead. Somebody left this beautiful, beautiful, incredible cat that we love. So worthy of love and so worthy and so much love to give. There are cruel people in the world. There are terrible people. We know them. We know these terrible people. And we're glad we don't know whoever did this to her. This beautiful, incredible creature. We love her so much. And she's such part of such a beautiful family now. And she gets so much love and gives it back. It's incredible. It's incredible how that can happen. It's incredible that can happen. But what I'll do really quickly is just to make things a little bit nicer. Oh, Joe, having a drink. Jojo, having a Speedmaster night. Hey, Jojo. Joe, handsome Joe, handsome Joe. Look at him, he's wearing his. That is your sapphire sandwich, because I can tell with the ring on the sapphire crystal. Let me guess what you're drinking. That looks like you're drinking champagne or Prosecco, because that's what kind of a glass it is, but it's empty. You need another one. Look at that. That's a live wrist shot, huh? Is that you live? I like this. You looking good. Yeah, it's a beautiful watch. Gorgeous. Classic sapphire sandwich. Jojo. What are we drinking, Joe? It looks like you're having either a champagne or a Prosecco, but it looks like the glass is empty, if you ask me. I don't see anything in there. You do need a Speedy in your life. Yeah, it's a beautiful watch. Nick Brooker, is it the panda? Did you fall headlong in love with the panda? It happens. It can happen. Yeah. Yeah. Short Gallery of Bastards, but I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end the Gallery of Bastards with K today, because this is the most important thing. After you've just seen the horrors of what this beautiful life and this incredible creature went through, this is her today. This is beautiful Kay, and this is who she is now, and it's who she was always meant to be. Always. We love you, Kay. That is the Gallery of Bastards, my friends. Thank you.
The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
So, love Wally. Yeah, Wally's incredible. You know, it's incredible. It's the beauty of teamwork. Watch flow. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna definitely do it. Nick Brooker loves the M&M madness. Promise me you'll watch it. I will watch it. Joe LaFaro loves Seabiscuit. It's high on his list. Totally me too. I loved Seabiscuit. I loved it. It's a great story. The Great Escape. Ooh, so many idols, and it's such a great movie. I love the flick Babe. Oh, Jim Henson. Jim Henson was a genius. Absolutely genius. K. I also sent the K pick of year one. It was a beautiful thing to do, man. I'm a ginger cat freak. Do you know I've had so many cats? My first cat was Glaucus. I found him in a snowstorm. He was on a wheel well of a 56 Mercury. Paul will correct me because he always says I get the name of the car wrong. He wasn't there. I was on my way home from a band rehearsal, and it was a freezing cold winter night, and cars often would go into engines to keep warm, which is horrible. But I was walking home, and somehow I heard meow, 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 meow. We had a dog named Dinga at the time. And this is the 90s. This was like 93, I think it was. And I heard burp, 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 and there was a fence around the building, and there was like a bunch of jalopies in there, but one of them, you could see the tracks it had gone in, it parked, and I saw this tiny little black and white cat sitting on the top of the tire in the wheel well, and I went up to it thinking it was going to run away, and I put my hand out, and the cat walked into my palm because the cat was so small. It walked into my palm, and I melted, and I put it in my jacket, and I walked the 3.5 blocks home, and I came home, and Paul was on the couch, and Dingo was like, "Hi, and welcome home," and I showed him, and he said, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" I said, "We're gonna keep it." He goes, "You can't. You have asthma," and I was like, because I was so deathly allergic to cats, and it wasn't just like I would sneeze; I would not be able to breathe. And I do. I have albuterol. Not that I use it all the time, but it's around. So I was so allergic to cats, it would trigger asthma. Well, 3 months of owning that cat, I hate that word. I had the cat. I wound up curing myself of my asthmatic cat allergy. And I had Glaucus, and then we had Murray, and then we had Clara, and then we had beautiful Laverne. And those are the cats. Those are the cats. Glaucus, Murray, Clara, and Laverne. So I've had a couple, 2 black and whites, 3 black and whites. Clara was black and white also. Yeah. And Laverne was white with gray spots and one tiny little brown spot. Just one tiny little brown spot. Yeah. And I have them all here in various tins. I will be scattered with them. Upon my death, the orders are that my ashes get combined with Dinga and all the cats, and half goes in Kalala in Sligo, Ireland, and the other in La Marque. Incredible stuff. By the way, Fano in the news in Italy, the place that we're eventually thinking about moving to. They found the Vitruvian, not the cathedral, the Basilica of the Vitruvian They found it in Fano. It's all over the news. Very interesting stuff. Yeah. So you're a ginger cat freak. I never had a ginger, but growing up, we always took care of it. My sister's got a million cats. I don't know if you know this, Stark, but less than 3% of orange tabby's cats are female. I did not know that. I did know that all calicos are female, except for some kind of freak of nature that happens occasionally. That's all I know. Been interesting. Dirk, my talk step keeps calling you weird names. I'm sorry. That's fine. I don't mind at all. Kay loves all the bashes. Oh, prayers work. They do. Bless up, Kay. Nick Brooker. Ellie La Flick Chick says, what a cool photo. Cool photo from you, honey pilot. Send us all the photos you can. Was basic training. Oh, that was basic training, I bet, because you're a toughie, man. You're a toughie. I can't wait to hear what you think about it. I'll watch it. I'll put that on my list immediately. I won't be able to watch it tonight because we'll probably be doing other things. Dirk, were you able to get the address sorted out? No, I will fix that right away. I'm sorry, Natasha. I've had so much shit going on in my brain. I'll fix that right away. Oh, Prosecco. You're having a Prosecco. Very nice. Gorgeous wash, says La Flick Chick. Lovely shirt. We all love Joe's sartorial elegance. Always. Rufus helped me pick up my very first. Tissot is a perfect watch to start out with. Everybody, it's a great, beautiful brand. Historic brand. It's been around for a really long time. It's great stuff. Love the Panda, but my purest heart desires a Moonwatch Hesalite tool watch, no polish. Yeah, yeah. Or you could get the first Omega in space. Doesn't have Hesalite, but it has Sapphilite. The Panda has Sapphilite too. You know what? I'm telling you, I'm a Hesalite guy. I've got Hesalite. And I've got Sapphilite. And they look identical. And no scratches. I polywatch my my reduced. I do because I have to, because I get scratches on it. What are you gonna do? La Flick Chick, she says she loves it. Tomorrow and tonight. Great show, Dirk. Thank you. Good luck for tomorrow. Thank you. I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Great show. Best of luck, Dirk. Sorry, guys. I have to be. I'm closing it down right now. Good night, everyone, and good night tomorrow. Thank you so much, buddy. Yeah, I basically I have a pride of stray cats I'm taking care of because you're amazing. New character is George Clinton from Parliament, Funkadelic. And panel power, Ghislaine Maxwell has agreed to testify before U.S. Congress in the Epstein inquiry. Yay, that sounds fun. And what a great way to end the show. Sending all the positive. Thank you very, very much, Drew. Thank you so much. Because yesterday, not fun at all. Anyway, guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining the show. La Flick Chick, welcome to the gang. It's our pleasure to have you here. And if you have anything, Basherdirk@gmail.com. Remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, if you encounter somebody who's not so nice, give them the benefit of the doubt. They could be the greatest person in the world having the worst day ever. Give them the rope to hang themselves because they might be the greatest, or maybe they're just a cunt.